Hey guys, it's your boy King Donald back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a new what if. It's what if Deku had the Sharingan? So I made a poll like like I think 4 weeks ago of you guys which what if you guys wanted, and you guys chose what if Deku had the Sharingan. Good choice. I want to do this. Well, the choices were pretty debatable. Warasaka was an Uchiha. Yo, that would. I don't know. I was just. I don't know. And also made a new poll debating if you guys wanted me to upload now, and I checked the poll, and you guys want me to upload today. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah. So yeah. I apologize for not uploading for a month. I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm not gonna make up any excuses. Just didn't have the need to do it. Honestly, I didn't feel like doing it. But I put that poll up. I see you guys wanted me to upload, so I was like, you know what? Why am I taking a break? Let's upload. Come on. I built this community up just to leave it. Nah, 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 nah. We need to get back into it, and we're gonna build this up even more. It's gonna be big, you guys. So yeah, Deku. What if Deku had the Sharingan? Uh, let's get right into the video. So this story starts before Izuku Midori was born. This is when Inko was pregnant. Inko and Deku's dad were getting into a fight. Izuku's father wanted to leave. He wanted to leave because in reality he was actually a villain. And Inka was completely mad about this. She was like, "How could you? You lied to me. I thought you were a good man, but you're really a villain. How could you do this to me?" And he's like, "I did. Alright, I lied. But in reality, I do love you, but I hate the society and I need to change it because of All Might and all these other heroes painting it as a good world out there. It's a horrible world, and I'm gonna show them it's a horrible world." And she's like, "What about our son, huh? You gonna make this world horrible for him? As parents, we're supposed to make the world great for him." He's like, "I am gonna make it great for him. I'm gonna show him the true nature of this world. The world where it shows its true colors. And you're not gonna stop me, Inko." And one day, Izuku would join the same path as me because he does have the eyes. And he flashes his Sharingan eyes and he puts Inko in the Genjutsu. And once he does that, he leaves the room. A few months later, Izuku is born, and Inko is happy as usual. And everyone else, Inko's friends, didn't know that I forgot his name, but the Izuku's dad was actually a villain. She just told him he left. And once Inko looked at Izuku once, she was carrying him so filled with joy, and one day she stared into his eyes and she saw them. She saw the eyes. A Sharingan eyes popped up, the first one, but quickly faded. And Inko saw this and she's like, "No, no, no, no. Gotta keep this a secret. Gotta keep this a secret." So yeah. After that, Zuko's dad has become a wild known villain. As he was actually close with All For One. Those two were a disaster. And that's when people quickly found out that Inko Inko told him that he left, and now they know why. So Yeah, people would like, oh, be wary of them. But she lied that Izuku didn't have his quirk. Then she told him that it was quirkless to protect them because they thought people with with Sharingan. Well, yeah, they thought if he had those eyes, he'd instantly be evil. And since he doesn't have the eyes, so like, okay, I guess it's fine. So yeah, so everything else goes the same. And once Bakugo get his quirk, he starts to bully Deku. And yeah, so then Bakugo, one day he was bullying a kid, and Deku jumped in. And then they said to Zuku, "Oh, hey guys, it's the quirkless loser, Deku. He's trying to jump in to be a hero even though he's quirkless." And that's when Bakugo says, "Alright, Deku, get out the way, or you'll regret it." And Izuku's like, "You can't, don't hurt him, Kachan. He didn't do anything." And Baku's like, "Shut up, Deku. Get him!" And they're starting to beat him up. And then Izuku, the kid that he was trying to protect, joined in on bullying him. And Izuku was like, "What? What?" And he got. That's when Izuku snapped. He's like, "Nah, nah." He's like, "I tried to save him, and then, and bah!" He snapped. He pushed all those kids off him. And that's when Izuku thought of sudden sharp in his eyes. He unlocked his Sharingan. When Bakugo finally got up, he's like, "Izuku, what the hell?" And he looked in Izuku's eyes, and he regretted it instantly. What Bakugo saw? He saw his dead body and Midoriya standing over him. And Bakugo got so freaked out, he started to cry. And he shouted out, "Stay away! You freak! You demon! You villain! Get away!" And that's when he ran away. And Bakugo and his minions. Deku was confused to what happened, but then he thinks and realizes he got a sharp pain in his eye, and that's when Bakugo ran away. So then he put puzzles it all together and realizes that he activated his quirk, and that's when he goes running to tell his mom. When Izuku arrived home and he told his mom at first glance, like when she told him, she acted happy, but in reality she was terrified because she knew the damage of those eyes that could do. So she tells Izuku not to tell anyone about his eyes or about his quirk, and Deku complains but finally agrees. He's like, "Come on, mom, I finally get my quirk. Everyone thinks I'm quirkless, and now you're telling me I can't use it?" She's like, "Yes, don't tell anyone about your quirk, alright? We need to get you to the doctor first before you say anything. None of that, alright, Izuku?" And Izuku's like, "Fine." And that's when Inko's like, "Oh snap." So she grabs the phone and she starts to call someone, an anonymous number. Deku stayed home the next day. He doesn't know why. His mom just said, "Alright, you're not going to school tomorrow." And he was like, "Alright, I'm fine with that." He was thinking, uh, about what happened and why his mom looked so scared. And he's like, huh. But before he was finished thinking, his mom came into the room and introduced someone to him. The person was Night Eye, of course. Midoriya geeked out on Night Eye. He's like, oh my gosh, you're Night Eye. You All Might's ex psychic. Oh my gosh, I have so many questions." Now he's like, "That's enough, Midoriya." And Midoriya's like, "Wait, okay, but you're my." He's like, "Okay, Midori, we came to talk about serious things, alright? So try to pay attention. This is about your quirk." And Zuko's like, Yeah, what about it? He's like, so what happened when you first manifested? And Izuku's like, well, I was getting, uh, I was getting, I was getting beat up by these kids in Kachan, and I got angry and I pushed them all off. And when Bakugo looked into my eyes, he started to cry and he ran away and he called me bad names. And now it's like, huh, that does he does have one of the abilities, but still have to get more information. And Naida's like, well, Midoriya, you have a very powerful quirk. That's why your mother doesn't want you to tell anyone about your quirk. And it's like, wow, how powerful? All Might powerful? And it's like, yeah, All Might powerful. And Izuku was freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be the next All Might. Oh my gosh. And that's when he's like, all right, I'm gonna train you. Because your quirk might be powerful, but if you go untrained, you might hurt a lot of people. And it's just like, oh, of course, I'll train till my body drops. And I was like, that's what I like to hear. So he went back to school and everyone was acting normal, like it's a normal day, except Bakugo. During the whole class, he was just staring at Zuko. And Izuku clocked this and he'd wave at Bakugo. Bakugo would just stare at him and give him like a growling sound, that growling face. So then after class, Bakugo and his goons surrounded Izuku. And you guys, just to give you reference, I didn't say, but this is when they're still toddlers. This is when when Bakugo like recently got his quirk and all that stuff. This is not when they like 10 or none of that. Like, 4, something like that. So yeah, just giving you guys some perspective here. So after class, Bakugo confronts Deku about his quirk. He's like, hey, Deku, tell me about your quirk. And Izuku's like, what quirk? And Baku's like, don't play dumb with me. I saw them. I saw your eyes turned red, and when I looked down into them, I saw I saw my dead body and you standing over it. Can you explain that? Izuku was surprised. He's like, wait, I did that? He's like, yes. I looked in your eyes and I saw this illusion. It looked so real. That's why I freaked out. Not because I'm a wimp. It's just I got overwhelmed, alright? And Zuku was surprised and wanted to apologize. He's like, oh, got you, but before he could finish, Bakugo says, but that doesn't mean I won't lose to you. And I won't be afraid of you, Zuku. And Zuko's like, wait, I didn't. He's like, from now on, we're rivals. And Zuko's like, wait, I don't want to be rivals. We're rivals, alright? I realize your quirk has potential, but I told you I'm not gonna be afraid of it. And once I come over that fear, I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna be number one, Zuko, not you. And Zuko's like, alright. Izuku agreed and then they walked away. Now I'm gonna skip to the beginning of the anime. So after being trained by Night Eye, after those grueling years, Izuku became a beast. He became a lethal fighter with and without his quirk. So I'm gonna explain these abilities later. So yeah, Izuku, he got trained all those years. That's why he's a lethal fighter. No one, I say only Sir Naai was training him. No one else trained him. They knew about it, but no one else trained him. They wanted to, but he's like, no, he's mine, alright? So yeah, Izuku uses his things, but not a lot. Since he's quirk, allows him to, do that stuff. But like I said, I'll explain it later. So Bakugo does his speech and no one's like, and he just says, and when he says, "Oh, so Midori, you want to go to UA too?" And that's when people just started to whisper. And Izuku's like, "Oh, they whispering about me," and that's when Izuku says, "What's wrong? You don't think I'm getting into UA?" And then that's when someone says, like, no, it's not that. It's just that you can fight very well and you're really strong, but you need a quirk to get into UA." Izuku respectfully disagrees. It's like, ah, that that rule doesn't apply anymore. And you're right, I am a lead fighter. You guys might have quirks here, but I could beat you guys up anytime. This is not disrespect. I'm just telling you the truth. Because you guys think that I'm quirky, you think I'm helpless. But I'm here to prove to you guys that I'm not helpless. You see, he kept up this act for years that he's quirkless, and he's kind of, gotten used to it. Sometimes he forgets that he has a quirk. So then he stops talking. So then Bakugo approaches Izuku after class, and Izuku's packing up, and that's when Bakugo, try to take his book, but Izuku, he's like, "You're not taking that, Kachan." He's like, "Just go home and do something with your goons." Bakugo's like, "All right, nerd, let's go, goons." And they leave, and Izuku just kind of laughs. So Izuku's going down the hall, thinking, I wonder if Nidai would start training me again. He said I should take some time off and he'll contact me. But it's been so long that he hasn't trained me, and that's all I've known. Wow. I remember he told me one day my quirk would be as powerful as All Might. Wow. I can't believe I'm going to be in the next All Might. Let's go. And that's when he goes in the tunnel again. And Izuku, because of his great fighting skills, he was able to detect the sludge before he could attack Izuku. So Izuku automatically turns on his Sharingan. He has the one Tomoe still, even though he's been trained, he still needs a big boost to be able to get to the second Tomoe. Because Night Eye doesn't really understand the Sharingan. No one really does. The only one that knows it is Izuku's dad, but he's a villain, he's the one that was born with the quirk. So so yeah. So Izuku could see the sludge finn's attack. He's like, "Give me your body, kid." Izuku's like, "You're not gonna get my body with that slow attacks." And the sludge fin is just trying to grab him, but Izuku, he's too limber and he's too agile, and his eyes are just tracking his moves, and he's dodging it like with ease and Izuku got too cocky, even though Nadai repeatedly told him, you should never be cocky in a fight. Don't ever underestimate your enemy. You should take them out as fast as you can, alright? So no casualties is so no casualties occur. You're not here to show off, you're here to save people's lives. That's what a hero does. Think about the public first, not about the battle, alright? So Izuku, told that repeated times, forgets. So then Izuku, still being cocky, goes to attack him and he kicks him, but his foot gets stuck in the sludge villain. And Izuku's like, "Oh no!" And that's when he remembers the start and he's like, "Crap!" And that's when he gets grabbed by the sludge villain. He's like, "You're getting too cocky there, kid." And that's when Izuku starts to suffocate. And it's like, "Damn it!" And and his Sharingan deactivates because he can't breathe. And yeah, and that's when All Might comes. He's like, "I am here," and does like Detroit, no Texas, I don't know which Texas Smash, and yeah, and Zuko, passes out, and All Might does the slap again, and Zuko sees like, "Oh my god, it's All Might! Oh my gosh!" and he asks, "Oh my gosh, oh my, you know," and I was like, "Before you start talking, could you help me claim the villain?" He's like, all right." And then that's when they finish packing all the sludge villain into the bottle. That's when Izuku asks, All Might, could I ask for your autograph?" And I was like, "Of course. Can I have a paper or pen, paper and pen to write it on?" And he's like, "All right." Takes out his notebooks, and I was like, "There." And it was like, "Wait, All Might, do you think I could be a hero?" And I was like, "Huh. Well, what's your quirk, kid?" And that's when Izuku debates if he should tell All Might, if he could tell him about his quirk, but it's like, it's All Might. He, if Night Eye was All Might knows, alright. And that's when Izuku's like, "Oh, well, I don't really know the name of my quirk. I was never told, it, but these are the skill slash abilities I have. I can track high speed movements, copy any physical movements, and hypnosis and enhancement. Um, yeah, that's most of my abilities. The enhancement enhances my strength and my speed and my agility all around, uh, two times so far. So yeah, and that's how, and I'm able to. I've learned all types of firing styles, and I can use different type of weapons. The most one I used is Night Eyes. I don't know how to do, and almost like, wow, that's amazing quirk, kid. Wait. And that's when All Might starts to think, and he gets flashbacks, and he realizes these abilities are of the Sharingan. And that's when he freaks out. And then he asks Deku, "Hey kid, I think I know what your quirk is called." And Zuko's like, What is it called?" "It's called the Sharingan." And Zuko's like, he's like, then he realizes, "Wait, yeah, I've heard someone say that name before. Wait, how do you know it?" "Night, I said it once before, but he told me to forget about it. But he knows I won't forget stuff easily. So that's my quirk's name? Finally! Sharingan. Does make sense." And he started mumbling. And that's when he almost says, "I have to go, kid." And that's when Zuko's like, "Wait, I still have." And Buck and All Might jumps away. But like in the anime, Zuko holds onto his leg, and All Might's like, "Damn it, this kid." All right then, and he lands on the building, and that's when Izuku says, "Wait, how do you know? I need to know this stuff, All Might. No one's telling me anything about my quirk. They all tell me that it's dangerous, powerful, I'm gonna be as great as yours, and I'm training for something I don't know. I wanna be a hero, but I don't know my full capabilities. I feel like I'm being held back." And before All Might could respond, he goes in a small mind form, and then almost like, "Hey, all right." And Zook's like, "Oh, wait, what?" And almost like, "Kid, to answer your question, sorry, but you can never be a hero with your quirk." And Zook's like, "What?" And that's when Oma explains, "I got into a fight with someone and another person with your eyes. he was pure evil. Both of them were evil, but the one with the eyes, it's like he was destined to be evil. Everyone with those eyes. And ever since then, I knew that if you have those eyes, it's destiny. And that's when Izuku hears this and he goes, "Oh, nice one, All Might." Oh my gosh. And All Might's like, "Why are you laughing? I'm telling you the truth. I'm sorry, kid, but your quirk, those eyes, they're bad news. I've had experience of them." And Zuko says, he's like, "Not everyone is the same, All Might. Just because you had a bad experience with it doesn't mean they're all bad, All Might. I know what I want to be. I want to be a hero. I don't care what you say, All Might. You might be the number one, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know I'm not gonna stop until I become a hero. I'm not gonna let this curse you say stop me from being a hero." And that's when Izuku leaves the building. All Might is shocked by this answer. He's like, "Wait, what? Oh, that kid, he. Oh, okay." And that's when you hear an explosion. And All Might's like, "Damn, what's that?" He starts running to it. And Izuku hears that. He's like, "What's that?" And they run over there. And that's when you see Bakugo, you know, cutting the sludge villain, doing explosions and ish. so so that's when all he sees all the pro heroes, struggling, like not doing anything. It's just, "Come on, you're the heroes." And someone's like, "That quirk is not fitted for this situation." Oh snap! Sorry, that quirk is not fitted for this situation. And then heroes, Zuko realizes that it's his fault. He's like, I gotta do something, but my quirk's not fitted for this situation either. I don't know what to do. And he's like, "No, I gotta leave this to the heroes." And Zuko wants to walk away, but then he realizes how much pain he went through, even for a short time. And remember the suffocation, and then he looks into Bakugo's eyes and he sees he's sadness, he's like scared. And Izuku, this kind of triggers something in Izuku's like, "I gotta help." And he starts sprinting. He turns on his Sharingan and he starts sprinting to the sludge villain, and everyone's like, "Hey, don't do that." And Izuku doesn't care. And Izuku's like, "Sludge villain." And the sludge villain, "It's that kid from last time. You came here to die again." Izuku's like, "The only one, no one here is gonna die. But the only one that did have to die would be you. But we don't want that. So I'm just gonna be doing this." He does that Sharingan sound, and he puts him in the Genjutsu, which the Sludgeman gets traps in, and he lets Bakugo go, and he's just standing there, doing nothing. And Izuku's like, "Melt," and he melts, just goes into a plunge, and then Izuku is like, "Dang, I did it!" And he looks, and everyone's cheering, "Yeah, let's go!" Yeah. And that's until Izuku looks back, and everyone sees his eyes, and everyone's like, "No, no, no!" And the heroes like, It's him! Everyone get him!" And they trying to get Izuku, and everyone's running away. And Izuku's like, "Wait, what's happening?" And they're like, "Shut up, you pure villain! Get here!" And that freaking I forgot his name, but he has super like strength. He tries to punch him. Izuku dodges him. He's like, "I'm not doing anything." It's like, "Shut up!" And he's punching him, And then Kamui Woods tries to do a tries to catch Izuku, but Izuku dodges it, and he's like, I didn't do anything. But then that's when All Might comes. He's like, that's enough. And they're like, oh my, don't you know who this is? It's Asashi. He clearly used his despicable quirk to trick us to thinking he's a boy, young teenage boy trying to save this boy. It's despicable. And All Might's like, no, no, it's not him. It's just a kid. He just happens to have the quirk. And then that's when they're like, so you're saying this kid is the son of Hazashi? Yeah, they don't know his last name because Hazashi at least had the decency to not use Midori as his last name, so they wouldn't harass Suzuku and his Inko like that. So he just goes by Hazashi. They don't know his last name, but I guess by Midori they might find out. And it's like, we don't know that. We just know that he has the same quirk. But this kid is not evil. Did you not see the heroic thing he has done? He saved that boy, and then he died. And you guys didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. So you had to give him some credit for that, guys. I saw I saw how heroic he was. Believe me, once I saw those eyes, I thought it was pure evil too. But I realized he said something wise for his age. He made me realize that not everyone is bad automatically, no matter of their relations. So I'm deciding to give him a chance. And I want you guys to give him a chance too. And everyone's like, oh, fine. Since it's you, All Might saying it, I'll agree with it. But I'm keeping your eye on you. Yeah. So Izuku's like, what the heck just happened? And that's when Izuku realizes that there's a villain out there with the same eyes as him. That's why All Might thought he was pure evil. And Izuku's like, what the? What? And he's confused, and All Might's like, I'll take you home. And they take Izuku home, and All Might's like, alright, kid, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you why those heroes reacted the way they did. And I can see why they did. Once you hear the story, I think you'll understand. It's just like, let me hear it. So then that's when All Might explains that there was this guy named All for One, and explains that and all that stuff. But then he explains that I guess 15 years ago, is that he? Yeah, 15 years ago. So it's this. That's when he showed up. He was the most despicable villain yet. He had incredible feats of strength. His power was amazing. He could summon this whole skeleton, something that was so destructive. He had certain powers. He was just a mad villain. He caused so much damage in this area. And one day he teamed up with All for One, and I knew that they were real powerful, but I had no choice. So I decided to fight them, and it was a fierce battle, but I was able to defeat them. But both of them were able to get away, and all three of us were left with severe damages. I was able to take when I was able to stab out one of his eyes, which which I found out that it kind of messed up his powers. So that was good. And that's why everyone hates those eyes, because it caused so much damage. And it's just like, so that's why he called me pure evil. I can see why he said that, but I'm not him. I don't even know him. Yeah, sure, he might have the same quirk as me, but we're not even related, right? It's just a coincidence that we have the same quirk. And almost like, I'm not sure, kid, but I'm not saying anything. Zook's like, alright, damn. I gotta tell Night Eye about this. And almost like, Night Eye? Why do you have to tell Night Eye? And Zook's like, wait, you don't know? Oh, makes sense. I'm actually training with Sir Night Eye. One day when I was about 4 years old, he came to my house. Like, my mom called him and he came to my house. And ever since then, he's been training me. It's been about maybe 10 to 11 years that he's been training me. And almost like, and he didn't tell me. And it's like, oh, I assumed you know. And he's like, oh, alright then. I guess I have nothing to worry about. Since Night Eye is training you, I'm sure there's nothing wrong. And but then that's when Oma is thinking, if we trained him for that long, I'm sure Night Eye looked into his future. And I'm sure it's certain that it was a good one. Alright, kid, I guess I'll be seeing you. And it's like, I guess I'll see you, All Might. And he's like, oh wait, are you going to UA? And it's like, yeah, I actually am. It's like, I hope you get in. See ya. And he walks away because he's deflated. If you guys didn't know, come on, think it with you schmucks. I'm joking. No, yeah. Anyways, so then Izuku goes home and he reflects on his day. He found out some crucial information and he realized that there's this guy that has the same quirk and he might be my father. I don't know. I'm not jumping to conclusions. And I met All Might, and he thinks I could be a hero. Well, before he didn't. Well, that's wrap for this day. And he goes to sleep. And the next day, he gets a call straight, like, like on the dot on 7 o'clock. And it's just like, who's calling? It's him. Yes, sir. It's like, meet me at Deku Beach at 10 a.m. sharp. And he hangs up. And it's like, well, I guess Sir is strict. Sir sounds angry today. Well, he sounds like that every day. Well, anyways, so Izuku gets down to the beach and he sees Night Eye is not by himself. He's like, he looks a little, like, All Might? And that's when Izuku's like, oh, sir, it's, you guys, I don't know what to say. And I was like, explain to me why you told All Might your quirk. And explain to me again why you used it in public. Huh? Explain, Izuku. I specifically told you to never use your quirk in public. And I told you not to tell anyone about your quirk, even the number one hero. And Izuku's like, well, I assumed that, he meant, he knew. But he's like, then why did he ask for your quirk, Izuku? Explain to me why. And Izuku's like, you're right. And it's like, why did you have to jump in? The heroes got it. And that's why Izuku's like, no, the heroes didn't got it. They were just gonna let him die. And I was like, oh, fine, Izuku. But next time, promise me you won't use your quirk. The only time you can use your quirk is once you get into UA. Zook's like, all right, had, and that's when almost like, oh, a bit harsh on him, huh? He's like, this is how I've been training him for all these years. So All Might, please do not question my methods. Even though I truly respect you. And yeah. So then Izuku's like, so why is All Might here? He's here to train you. He knows. I don't know much about the Sharingan. I don't have much experience with the Sharingan as All Might, since he actually faced it. Well, we don't know everything about it, but we're gonna try. Since you have enhancement like All Might, we're gonna have him train you. And he looks like, oh, snap, let's go. I'm trained by the number one hero and his ex psychic, Night Eye. This is gonna be insane. so, so yeah. And Night Eye's like, Izuku, I don't think you understand. This is gonna be hell for you. Because do you know why? Because I'm very disappointed. Izuku's like, disappointed? You never said that. He's like, well, I am. You haven't unlocked your second Tomoe. Because we know that Hazashi has three Tomoes in his eyes. But when I look at you, you have one on each of your eye. We need at least to get you to the second. So that's when you'll be ready for UA. And we could estimate that once you get your second Tomoe, your 2 times boost is going to go up to 8 times. It's just like 8 times? Are you serious? How much to 3 times? It's like, we're not sure yet. But we could assume 16 times of your strength to 32 times of your strength. And Zuko's like, oh my goodness, how did I not know about this? I should get to the tutorial. And he just starts to sprint and do stuff. So, yeah, Zuko gets trained for the next 10 months intensively by All Might. Still not being told of One for All. Just for you guys to make sure. He's not told of One for All, but he knows that is about the battle of All for One, but he doesn't know about One for All. All right. So Izuku goes by, and all the stuff, and he's training with All Might, and he's actually making great progress because All Might's patterns are predictable, as in Izuku's words, because All Might only does his punches, see, no sequences, no kicking, none of that, just punches. And Izuku informs All Might that, but All Might just, kept on going. So I'm just gonna say, after the 10 months, Izuku, of course, is on the verge of getting the Tudum. And that's when Naya's like, Izuku, I'm extremely disappointed in you. And then Zuko's like, I tried. I don't know. And Naya's like, Zuko, I seen your potential. I know what you can do, but you're holding yourself back. And if you're gonna keep holding yourself back like this, I don't want to train you anymore. This training of ours is done unless you unlock your Tutomoe. Unless you unlock your Tutomoe and pass the UA exams. Alright? So if you pass the UA exams and you still haven't unlocked your Tutomoe, never contact me. I'll never contact you again. Alright, Izuku? Zuko's like, damn. And he goes back home, and the end he just freaking studies just on one day. Because super learning that Sharingan nice easy time. And Zuko, while he's walking there, he's actually kind of scared because like, come on, unlock it. I need search training. He trained me for so long. I can't just abandon me like that, right? And just because he's thinking too much, he trips and gets saved by my girl. I'm joking. By Uraraka. yet again, and Izuku's like, oh, and she's like, sorry for using my quirk on you. Well, I saw you falling, and I just couldn't help myself. And Izuku's like, no worries. I wouldn't want to fall on the day before the exam. Sorry, my mind was just busy on. Never mind. So, are you excited to take the exam? She's like, yeah, but I'm actually mostly nervous. And they start talking a little. And Zuko's like, well, good luck out there. She's like, good luck to you. And they dip, and Zuko's like, oh, all right then. And he goes in, and he sits not right next to Bakugo. And Zuko's like, Bakugo? And Bakugo's like, nerd. And yeah, explains that Zuko gets a good score on the exam because super learning in that. Well, I wouldn't say it's super learning. He just because of his eyes, he can yeah. Uh, so yeah, so yeah, yeah. So he goes to his corporate place, and Izuku's stretching out, and he sees Uraka, and he's like, "Oh snap!" He goes to talk to her, but gets stopped by the mighty Tenya Ida, and he does like, "Are you trying to distract her for stretching? She's trying to prepare for the exams." And he's like, "No, I wasn't trying to do it. I was just trying to good." I suggest that you focus on yourself and then let her be. And he's like, "Damn, all right." So yeah, also Izuku, he's just stretching, and President Mike's like, a real fight doesn't have a timer. That, and he shouts, "Go!" And that's when Izuku immediately turns on his Sharingan eyes, and he starts sprinting through the actions, and Izuku is ahead of the competition, and it was like, "Whoa, this guy's fast." So Izuku immediately just does like a triple front flip and kicks the robot in the eye, and he's collecting points left, right, and center. So Izuku in collective got amount of 50 robot points. Izuku's like, alright, I got 50. That's good. And that's when years with a 0 point robot, and everyone started running away. And so I guess it's time to leave. And that's when he hears, it was a Uraka. And he sees that, he's like, damn. He's like, "Oh, but I got it. No, come on. You got this. You got this." And then Hizuku, he hesitated. And he's like, I can't. I gotta save myself. And Uraka's like, help me. And she's about to get crushed by the robot. And Izuku's like, no. And it gets a sharp in his eyes. And Izuku's like, "Dah!" And he jumps right in the air. And he freaking grabs Uraka. You thought I was gonna make him freaking punch the robot? Oh. No, he jumps to the air and he just grabs Uraka just in the nick of time before he's gonna get crushed, and leaves her there. And he's like, just wait, I'm gonna destroy it. And he freaking runs, and he's like, alright, time to destroy this stupid. And he runs, and he runs up the building real quick, 8 times his strength, it's a big boost from 2 to 8, you know. So he's running up the building, and he jumps, lands on the robot's shoulder, jumps again, kicks right through the robot's head, and he's like, I'm not done, and he jumps right into the air and freaking like spins himself like into like a drill and freaking hammers right into the robot's head, and he's dismantling cables inside, and he just right punches right through the robot's head, and the robot starts to spaz out and drop, and everyone's just surprised, and Izuku emerges out of the robot. Everyone's like, that guy has some power. And everyone else is impressed, including the teachers. Like, who is this kid? And that's when Northern, and they haven't noticed Izuku's eyes. They just know that, he took it down. And Izuku, before everyone could gather around, he quickly switches off his eyes. He's like, no, no, not the one anymore. See? It turns them off. And everyone's like, whoa, that was so cool, man. Yeah, we. And, 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 sorry. Sorry. A bit rusty. I just forgot about what happened. And what's her name? Oh, the granny girl came. Well, I can't remember her name. Recovery girl comes and heals everyone up. And Izuku's like, alright, are you okay? Uraka's like, yeah, I'm okay. I just got a bit hurt. Izuku's like, yeah, that hurt. Yeah. Hope you get well soon. And he dips. And Uraka's like, wow, look at him. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it for today, guys. A quick, 50 minutes one. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That was what if Deku had the Sharingan. I hope you guys like the route I'm taking. Like it's kind of inspired by the. You guys should know who this is inspired by. If you don't know, it's by Anime Sage, of course. He's the goat. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Yeah, leave a comment. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.